what's up you guys? So it is currently 11:28 on Sunday the 19th, so that's right before the 20th, which is when the reading rush technically starts, but I'm gonna cheat and start now because I feel like reading now, even though I've got a lot of other things that I need to be doing, like homework and things like that, but you know, whatever. What I'm gonna start off with is I'm going to start reading Yes Please. I've got these little tabs in here for how much I kind of want to read every day of this book, and I think I'm gonna stretch this out over the week, and then I will try to read the other books kind of just like a book a day as much as I can. And I'm also gonna try and read this like both on the physical book and on audiobook because it's narrated by Amy Poehler, and so I feel like she's gonna make it funnier and it's gonna be a lot cooler to read it that way. So I'm going to start that now. This audiobook is good, y'all. Okay, so I'm like halfway through the preface, and she is, you know, talking about how writing this book is hard and how you kind of just have to write. I just feel like that's so relatable to starting a YouTube channel, because like I recently, you know, started my channel. It's still very new, and you know, you're constantly worried that no one's gonna care or that people are gonna hate it, you know? And I just love how she talks about how worrying isn't doing it. Like, you can worry and worry and worry and worry, but if you're worrying, you're not doing the thing that you want to be doing. So I just think that's awesome advice. So if you're someone who's like looking for advice like that, just check out the premise of this book, because I think that it's pretty solid advice, and that's the advice that I would give if, you know, you're just starting out a channel. Don't obsess over the doing of the thing. Do the thing. Hey, so it is currently 3 o'clock on Monday, which means I just woke up. Do not ever let yourselves get on a schedule where you go to sleep at 5 or 6 in the morning and then wake up at 3 in the afternoon. It's terrible. But today I've got some goals, and I'm gonna try to read Scythe and finish the section of Yes Please that I had set out for myself to do today. And I've also got some schoolwork that I need to get done, so hopefully I'll be able to get that done and be able to just read most of the day, but we will see. So I will keep you guys updated throughout the day. So it is currently Monday night. It is about 11 o'clock. I did not get done as much as I was hoping to today. I got through the first little section of Yes Please by Amy Poehler that I wanted to, but I did not get the chance to read any of Scythe because I was working on homework all day. I am almost done with my homework, so hopefully I will be able to finish that tonight and finish Scythe tomorrow and see how that goes. So far with Yes Please, I am really loving it. It is really funny, and Amy Poehler has a lot of life lessons that she's kind of trying to impart in it, and she's not trying to pretend like she had a harder life than she did. She's just being honest and straightforward, and I really recommend the audiobook for that book as well. She, you know, says different stuff in the audiobook than she says in the book, and you also get different people who read it and stuff. So like there's a part that Seth Meyers comes in and reads, and that's super fun, and it's just kind of funny because she makes a few jokes in there, and there was some banter between her and Seth before Seth's chapter actually started. So I do recommend the audiobook for that. It is really funny, and I just love Amy Poehler. Let you know how it's going tomorrow. So it is currently the second morning of the reading rush. It's like 10 o'clock. I stayed up all night last night trying to finish my homework so that I can spend a lot of time reading today. So hopefully I will be able to read Scythe today. That is kind of my plan and my goal. I am going to read that outside of my room as much as I can. If I don't read the whole thing outside my room, I'm not gonna be that mad about myself. If I can just read part of it, that's really what my goal is right now. So I will be doing that today. I probably won't film it because I feel weird filming around people in general, like any people. So probably won't film it. Sorry about that. But I will also be reading some of Amy Poehler's Yes Please. I would like to get through the second section that I had marked off for myself today. So I will probably film that. So yeah. Hey, so I just took a shower, so my hair is all wet, but it is currently 1:50 p.m. on Tuesday, and I'm currently 70 pages into Scythe, and I am absolutely loving it. It is so far really great. The only thing I feel like it's missing is like comedic moments, but I feel like those are gonna come now that we've got this really nice setup and world building. I think that's what this book is doing really strongly so far in the first like part of the book, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how this further develops in the rest of the book. And so I'm probably gonna go try to get to that now and see how much I can read today. So let's just get to it. Hey, so it is currently 9:49 on Tuesday, and I am currently 272 pages into Scythe, and so far I'm really enjoying it. Some things just happened that I am not sure how I feel about them yet, so like I just need a minute from that. So I'm going to start reading the section of Yes Please that I wanted to read today. Hopefully I should be able to finish up the rest of Scythe tonight. I have so far read the entire thing outside of my room, so I'm very proud of myself. I will hopefully try to read the rest of it outside of my room later tonight, but for now I think I'm just gonna sit down, chill, eat my ice cream, and listen to some Yes Please. It is now like 1:30 in the morning on the 22nd, I think, of the reading rush, and I just finished Scythe, and I honestly really enjoyed that book. I thought it was so good, and I definitely recommend it. I would probably give it like a 4 out of 5 stars right now is what my initial thinking is, just because I do feel like it was missing some lighter moments. It was very tense the entire time, which was good. Like, it really kept me on the edge of my seat and really excited, and like I wanted to keep turning the pages so that I could get to the end and know what was gonna happen next. But I do feel like it was just missing a little bit of levity, a little bit of light moments, a little bit of just moments that didn't make our characters feel so serious all the time. So I'm really excited to get to the next book, which I will probably do tomorrow, and I'm really tired if you cannot tell. So I am going to go to bed and then wake up in the morning and try to read Thunderhead. I might not necessarily get to it because I do have a lot of homework that I need to do tomorrow, but it's fine. So it is currently day 3 of the reading rush. This is my first like check-in for the day because I've been working on homework all day earlier. So anyways, it's like 10 o'clock now. I'm gonna start reading, and my plan for today is I would like to try to get through the next little section that I had marked off in Yes Please. I think that it's a pretty short section that I had marked off today, so it shouldn't be too hard. And then I would also like to start Thunderbird and just see how far I get. I know I won't finish it today, but hopefully I can get a good 50-100 pages in, and then I can finish it tomorrow. Yesterday, I know that I talked about this earlier, but I don't know how articulate I was. I finished Scythe and I really enjoyed it. I thought that it was a really strong beginning to a series. I really enjoyed the characters, and I look forward to getting to do more with them in future books. I'll probably be making a book talk for this just because I did really enjoy it, and I would like to talk in more spoilery details with you guys. There are certain moments that left me a little shooketh, so hopefully I can get more shook in the next books. As I said, overall I did really enjoy this book. I think I'm going to stick with my initial rating of 4 out of 5 stars because I do feel like it's missing some comedic moments. It's very tense and heavy all the time, and so I wish that there would be just a funny moment every now and again. But I do feel like the second half of this book is stronger than the first half because I feel like Scythe Faraday, he's like the first wise mentor you get in the series. He is not my favorite. I don't think he's like a bad guy or anything. I didn't really like him that much because I didn't feel like he had that much character to him. Like, he had one thing that I can really know him for, which is he was the wise old guy that just knew stuff. But other than that, he didn't really offer me that much as the reader. He wasn't too much of a character to me. He didn't really change that much throughout the book, but I feel like the other characters in the book were a lot stronger, and I really liked our overall villain in this book a lot. And when I say I liked him, I mean I liked him as a villain. Like, I liked his badness. He's not a good guy, he's a bad guy. And then I also read the section of Yes Please that I had marked off for yesterday, which I think I enjoyed the first bit that I read of this a little bit more than I did the second bit. It was just a little bit more boring the second bit, but I'm hoping that it will continue to be very funny. There were some funny lines in it. I posted one on my Instagram. I cannot find it right now, but go check out my Instagram if you haven't. So I'm gonna go get to reading and maybe make myself some more dessert. Maybe not, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Also, I'm going to try to do the racing to read tag as well. I just finished the section of Yes Please that I had planned to finish today, and I actually read a little bit more than just that section, and I was really enjoying it today. I thought that the jokes were really funny today. I feel like the ones yesterday just didn't land as much, but today it's been really good, and I feel like she's gotten back on her mojo of good life advice, so hopefully it will continue to be this good. I am debating whether or not I want to reading it or if I want to start setting up to film. I don't know. I'll probably set up to film the tag now and get ready for that, and so now I will transition to the tag. So I remember giving you my final day update for day 3 for Yes Please, but as far as Thunderhead goes, I am 62 pages in, about to start the second part, so I'm probably going to do that right after I finish filming this, and then I will start filming the next thing. But as I said, I wanted to also do a little tag at the end of this, which is the Racing to Read tag. Question number 1 is warm up a book that stretches your mind. So for this I want to pick something that makes me think, that makes me do a lot of thinking. This is a really ridiculous and stupid choice. It is a book that I read for a college class. It is called Ragtime, and I read this for American Lit after 1862 or something like that, and this book is fascinating. It will definitely stretch your mind and your imagination. I just remember it was filled with so many cameos of things that I knew about that it was just ridiculous, and it tries to connect all of these events that happened in the past together, so it's really weird. This was copywritten in 1974, so I think that is when it was written. And so it tries to connect all of these things that happened in the early 1900s, so like 1900, like the Great Depression, I think. And it connects all of these things, like it connects Harry Houdini with like Ford, oh, and like JP Morgan. Let me read a little bit of the back for you because this kind of tells a little bit of what it connects. This is the era of Henry Ford and his Model T, of Emma Goldman, the revolutionary, of JP Morgan, the great tycoon, of Evelyn Nesbit, the former chorus girl, for whom some lovers pine and others die. All of them crossed paths with Doctor's brilliant fictional creations, including Tati, an immigrant Jewish peddler, and Coalhouse Walker Jr., a ragtime pianist from Harlan, whose insistence on a point of justice brings the spellbinding classic to a shocking climax. So this is an interesting book. It will definitely stretch your mind and your imagination as you try to connect these different things that, again, were not at all connected in history together, and it kind of gives you some perspective on a little bit of our history during that time. So the second question is start line. What's a book that you started but never finished? And as far as like books that I own that I started but never finished, there isn't really one of them. Like there are series where I've started them and I haven't finished them, but most of the time when I start a book I will finish it, especially if it's a book that I've bought. So as far as all of these books here, they've all really been finished. So I can't think of one that I have not finished. But I can think of one where I had to pick it up and put it down several times before I actually finished it because I hated it that much. But I owed it to the series and to that first book in the series because I really did enjoy that first book to finish the series. And that book is Allegiant. I just did not like this book. I thought it was so stupid. So it's just a lot of pointless wondering and it was not for me. So the next one is Start Line, a book that you read really quickly. One that I read completely in one sitting was Geekerella. Now, I had not pulled an all-nighter in a really long time when I picked up Geekerella, and I picked it up at about 10 o'clock and I started reading it, and I would take breaks every now and again and get up and stretch my legs and do this thing where I dance. I really need to do like a cut screen. The fact that I just randomly start dancing in my room when I get bored, but yeah, and you've seen me dance. I can't dance. It's not like it's skilled dancing. It's like So this book, you know, I read a few chapters and I'd get up and dance for a minute and then I'd sit back down and I'd be like, okay, I can read one more chapter and then go to bed. And I did that the entire night, and then it was 5 in the morning and I was closing this book and I had just finished this book and it was such a fun read. Stayed up the entire night reading it and I just really enjoyed it, and I definitely recommend this book if you're someone who likes Cinderella retellings. Marathon. What's your favorite long book? I read a lot of books and some of them are long and some of them are not long. I don't really know what your definition of long is, but for this I'm going to go with, I don't know how many videos I can go without bringing up Twilight at some point, which is kind of insane given the fact that this came out in like 2008 and is so old, but I'm gonna go with Breaking Dawn on this one. It was probably one of the first books that I read that was this length and I absolutely adored it. I thought it was such a great book. I loved everything about everything, but yeah, Breaking Dawn is a great, great, great long book. So the next prompt is Hurdles, a book that had its ups and downs. So for this I'm going to go with the whole Vampire Academy series. I feel like this series overall had a lot of ups and downs, and if you've been following me for a while then you know that I recently went back and tried to reread them, and I think that some of the books are a lot stronger than other ones. I feel like Rochelle Mead's writing really improves book by book, so I definitely think that this is a series that had its ups and downs as far as the writing is concerned, but also as far as my emotions were concerned. There were some really, really dramatic moments that just had me so shook. So definitely some ups and downs here. Finish Line, a book that you are proud to finish. So in retrospect, I probably should have picked this for favorite long book, but I'm gonna go with Dreams of Gods and Monsters by Laini Taylor. This is the last book in her Smoke and Bone trilogy. It is really long, and this is a very high fantasy story, and it was really dense. Like, it's really good. It's just a lot is happening constantly, and so it's kind of like Game of Thrones where you have to keep in mind kind of where all of your players are, and it just required a lot of thinking for me to do, and I would have to sit down and take breaks every once in a while and just step away so that I could try to take stock of everything that had happened and not be so overwhelmed. So the next prompt is Gold Medal, best book you've read during a readathon. This is my second readathon. I think I'm gonna have to go with Six of Crows duology that I read in the stay-at-home reading rush that happened earlier this year. I have 2 videos for that. I've got a TBR and a vlog. So check out the vlog if you want to know more of my thoughts on it. I also have a book talk for this book. This book, it just was so amazing. Everything about it, from the characters to the setting to the world building, it was just so perfect and well done. And the characters, man, the characters in the story hold it so together. They are the tightest little group of misfits ever. I always love books like this where you have a Scooby gang. It was fantastic. Definitely recommend it. So the last prompt is Participation Ribbon, an underrated book you wish got more attention. And for this, I'm gonna go with Saint Anything by Sarah Dessen. This was a really good book that I read a long time ago. One of my friends bought me this book for my birthday, and so it holds a really special place in my heart because it's always special when someone gives you something. And I really related to this book too because this character, she's got a pretty good home life if I remember correctly, except for the fact that she's got this brother who she feels outshines her in everything, and I just relate to that because as a child I really struggled with thinking that my sister and my best friend were always better at me at everything, and I was always copying them, and I was just the not as good version of them. I really come to terms with that image of myself and have realized that I am my own person and that I have a lot of strengths and weaknesses that I bring to the table as well, and that I, don't need to compare myself to other people to be okay in my own skin. But this book, it really just brought me back to that place and made me think about, how do I see myself, and do I constantly compare myself to others anymore? I just think this is a very underrated book. I haven't heard a lot of people talk about it ever, so I really enjoyed it. I definitely recommend. So thank you so much for watching this reading vlog. This will be my first vlog that I'm going to put up. This is going to be for days 1 through 3, and I'm going to do another one for 4 through 7. So be looking forward to that. I make videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Comment down below how you are doing with the reading rush. I will see you in my next video. Bye!